What is up, guys, and welcome to yet another tier list video. I am your host, BC Keen, and today we are doing yet another Pokemon type ranking. This time ranking every single rock type Pokemon from Gens 1 through 9. Let's not waste any time. S through F, let's get it started with Kanto. Alright, so Gen 1 we have the Hisuian Growlithe and Arcanine. I would say Arcanine for me is definitely an A. Growlithe, I would say, is probably a B. I think it's not quite as cool as, Hisuian Arcanine, but Arcanine Hisuian form, honestly, in my opinion, better than the original. Like, I like OG Arcanine, but that coloring and that just overall design, so much better. It looks so good. So, A for Arcanine and B for Growlithe. Now we have all the Geodude and Graveler and Golem forms. So Cantonian Geodude, I would say it's probably a solid C, and then Alolan's probably a B, just because I like the hair more. It's just better design overall for me. Graveler's also probably... Graveler's probably a... No, I would say it's a C as well, and then Alolan Graveler's probably a B. I would say Golem, this might be a hot take, I'm not sure, but Golem OG is probably a B, and then Alolan's an A, I would say. Like, I think Alolan Golem is pretty cool looking, with the magnet and the beard on point. So, yeah, there we go. Onix, iconic Pokemon, but if I had to rank it, I might not rank it as high as other people would, in my opinion. So Onix for me is probably a, maybe B? Yeah, I'm gonna say B, final offer. I like Onix, but it's just, it is very basically, but I mean, it is a snake, and snakes are cool. And it's a rock snake, so there you go. It's like, entire body is boulders. You can't really argue with that, so there you go. I'll put it in B. Rhyhorn is, it's basic, but kind of too basic. That's my first D tier, I would say. I don't really like Rhyhorn that much. It's only one color, and it doesn't really stand out that much. Honestly, you know what? Now that I think about it, I might move these guys down to D. Graveler and Geodude. And then maybe move these guys down. Maybe move... Okay. Move Geodude Alolan form to C and then keep these guys in B. No, put him back. Put him back. No, no. Okay. There we go. Final offer. Rhydon, I would say, is not as cool. Or, sorry, it's not that improved from Rhyhorn, but, I would say probably a solid C. That's our first official C tier, I would say. He's cool. I like the horn, but not a huge improvement from Rhyhorn. So there we go. And then we have Omanyte and Omastar. Omanyte to me is probably another one of those two basic-y Pokemon, so probably a D. And then Omanyte is probably maybe a C. I will say, I love the spikes on Omanyte's shell. Those are cool. Love the mouth. Love the tentacles. It is very scary looking. I mean, I wouldn't say it's, like, super terrifying, but if I saw that face in real life, I'd be terrified. I'd be kind of scared of it, I would say. Not, like, too scared, but I'd be like, whoa, okay. So, yeah, C for Omastar. And then Kabuto, that's a... it's close to F, but I'm gonna put it in D. I like the red eyes, but that's all I really like about it, and that's not a whole lot that's not really a lot to say about it, so, yeah, Kabutops, though, I would say is a solid B. I love the claw arms, I love the coloring, I love the head, I love the body, like, it's a pretty underrated Pokemon in my opinion, so I'll give a solid B to Kabutops. Aerodactyl's definitely an A, and then I would say Mega Aerodactyl is still an A, but I'd rank it lower than the original. I'm not sure why. I love this. I think the spikes are a bit too much, in my opinion. Like, the chin spike and the wing spikes, they look cool, but they could have done a bit less on that, if you get what I mean. So, still a cool Mega Evo, but I would personally rank Mega Evo Aerodactyl below OG Aerodactyl. And that's Gen 1, so, that was pretty quick for the most part, so, on to Gen 2. So for Gen 2, First up, we have, Sudowoodo, definitely an A. I love this guy so much. That's, like, very close to an S in my opinion. Again, we might be moving things as we go, but, we'll put him in A for right now. I love his tree branches. I love the little, green spheres on the end of his hands. He's a cool Pokemon. Plus Brock has one. There you go. Shuckle, first S. Why is there not a Shuckle evolution? I'm pretty sure I said this in the bug type tier list, but I want a Shuckle evolution so bad. I do. I love Shuckle. He is so criminally underrated. I have said that over and over. I still stand by it. He deserves more love than what he gets. Love Shuckle all the way, every day. So yeah. Magcargo? I would say probably a solid C. It's a lava snail, so that's kind of cool. I mean, snails are not really my most exciting creature to look at, but when you have lava as the body, I mean, it's cool, so I'll give it that. So C for Magcargo. Corsola is kind of forgettable to me. I'm not gonna lie. It's not quite F tier, but it's almost there. I don't know. I think the concept of Corsola is interesting with it being like a coral branch kind of Pokemon. But I think if it had more color to it, it'd be a bit more interesting. Because I think just having like almost one shade of pink is not really doing a whole lot for it. Maybe if like each branch was like different shades of pink or like different reddish or pinkish colors, then that could be a lot cooler, but this just doesn't really do a whole lot for me, so that's going to be a D tier. Larvitar, I would probably say D as well. Pupitar is probably a C. Tyranitar is an A, though. All the way A. Even Mega Ball Tyranitar. Yeah, Larvitar is the baby. It's not really that well designed, in my opinion. Pupitar is not that much better, but definitely C tier. And then I love Tyranitar, one of my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon easily, so there we go. And that's it for Gen 2. Wow, we are flying through for the most part, so let's go to Gen 3. So we got some good ones in Hoenn. Let's see, we got Nosepass up first. I like Nosepass a lot. That's probably a solid B for me. I love the concept. It's like a nose-shaped Pokemon with a nose, like... That's kind of clever. And plus, the dex entry, apparently it can be a compass. Because it'll point in the direction of, like, where you're going and whatnot. So that is kind of cool. So I'll give it that. So B for Nosepass. Aron, Laron, and Aggron. I think I might rank these similarly to Larvitar and Pupitar and Tyranitar. So, Aron and D... Laron and C, and then Aggron probably an A. Maybe, no, A. I'm gonna say A. It's like almost B, but it does have some cool stuff about it. I love the design, I love the tail, I love the head shape. I will say, the only thing that hurts it a little bit is the steel rock typing, because, you know, ground type moves, fighting type moves, it kind of gets demolished by those, but, yeah, great coloring, great design, love the spots, so, there we go. Lunatone? That's definitely an... You know what? Solrock and Lunatone are both an A. Like, it's a sun and moon, and they're both psychic type too, so there you go. Rock and psychic, that's a great typing. Love that. Now, I know some might say they are on the basic side, because they are just a moon and a sun with a face, but... I think the coloring and the overall texture of these two Pokemon, is what sells them, because we got, you know, Lunatone has red eyes... Pretty cool. Solrock's like little edges are yellow and the body's orange, so makes it kind of pop a bit more, if you know what I mean. So yeah, those guys are solid A for me. Lileep? I gotta be honest, that's my first F tier. My first F tier. I don't know what turns me off about it, but I just don't like it. There is something about it that I just cannot grasp, and it just doesn't sit well with me. I don't know, like, I know I don't like it, but not why I don't like it. That's what's killing me here. It's like, maybe it's the face, or just the body shape, or... I don't know. And Cradilly's probably... You know what? I'll give him a C, because the coloring on Cradilly is really cool. Like, the green with the pink and then the yellow eyes that are, like, where its actual eyes are, apparently. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know. And Anorith 2 is almost an F, but I think because it is like a claw Pokemon, and it's like a more uniquely designed shape, then that's probably a D, but not by a whole lot. So we'll put that in D. So sorry, fans of Lily, but that's an F for me. Armaldo, I would say, is probably also a C. These two are kind of equal. They have great coloring, great body shape. I would say if I had to rank these the old way, where I put them above certain other Pokemon, I'd put Armaldo above Cradily, based on coloring alone, because it pops a lot more. And it has claws, so there you go. So yeah, and then Relicanth, I used to hate Relicanth, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure why, but what really makes this one stand out to me is that its body is a map. Like, if you guys look closely, you can see that its whole entire, like, body besides the head is, like, a world map with, like, a red dot where, like, a coordinate is or something. So that's really, really clever. So I would say old me would break this an F or a D, but I might put this bad boy in C or... You know what? I'm gonna go with B, I think. Final answer. I'm gonna say B. I think over time I've come to realize just how unique his design is and what he's meant to, like, represent. Like, he's basically a map fish Pokemon, and that is kind of cool, I gotta say. Plus the red dot where it's like a either a coordinate or something. That is kind of neat, so there we go. And then finally we have Regirock. I would say either Gigas or Steel is my favorite Regi. Or no, sorry. I would say Aleki is not my favorite Regi after Sword and Shield. Regirock is one of my not-so-favorite Regis, but I would still maybe give it a B, because it is still cool looking. It's just, if I had to rank the Regis, it'd probably be one of the lowest, but great design, love the arms, love the little shoulder rocks it has, love the red eyes, of course, love the orange and brown, or, well, orange and tan coloring, if you want to call it that. So yeah, that is Gen 3, so on to Gen 4. So not a lot in Gen 4, but let's see what we got. We have Cranidos and Rampardos. I gotta say, it's close to F for Cranidos for me, but I'm gonna put it in D. I don't know. I might go back on Leap in a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like most fossil Pokemon are, like, C or D for the same reasons. They don't really stand out that much, in my opinion. I don't know. Rampardos is probably, barely a C. I don't know, like, there is something about the fossil Pokemon that makes me not like them a whole lot. I don't know what it is. Do I just hate history, apparently? I couldn't tell you. But yeah, we'll keep them there. These two, though, Bastiodon and Shieldon, I would say that's probably a C and B. I think the whole shield aspect really sells it, because we got, like, the tiny shield with Shieldon, and then we got Bastiodon, who's, like, a giant, like, medieval-looking shield with, like, a really cool mouth and great coloring as well. So, yeah, I gotta say, I think it's not quite up there with Kabutops in terms of my favorite fossil Pokemon ever. But it's kind of close for Bastiodon, so I'd put it there, personally. Let me explain. I've always hated Bonsly, and here's why. It is such a fucking crybaby. Have you seen the anime? It cries so fucking much. Like, it is like Sudowoodo in a bad way. I mean, it's a pre-Evo, obviously, but, like, I've always hated it. I've never once in my life had any sort of like for Bonsly. Never, ever. That is an easy F tier for me. So, sorry guys, I gotta be honest with you. And then Rhyperior, I would say, is definitely either a B or A. I'm kind of leaning more towards A because of the coloring and the overall body shape. Either way, I can see myself going with this. I'm gonna finalize probably B, because if I put it in A tier, then in my opinion it's better than Kabutops, which I don't really agree with personally. Sorry. So we'll keep it there. And then Probopass is like Nosepass but better, but I'm not sure if it's quite worthy of A tier. Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep it in B tier, I think. It's still a cool design. I love that mustache. Like, that mustache is on fleek, and the nose is bigger. Love the top. Yeah, they're both easy beats here. Nose pass and purple pass are. Alright, so there's Gen 3, or sorry, Gen 4, my bad. On to, Gen 5. So, Unova, let's see, Rock and Roller, right? That's gotta be an F. It's literally a rock with a hole and 2 legs and a freaking alfalfa stick-up little hair thing, and I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't know. I love Gen 5. You guys know this, but I hate Rock'n'Rolla. I cannot stand that guy. Boldore and Gigalith, kind of the same, but I put Boldore in D. And then maybe Gigalith just barely in C. I don't know. I kind of like the dark blue and red that they got going on. You know what? I know what it is with Gigalith. I think it's like Aerodactyl, where the spikes are a bit too much. But, you know, with Aerodactyl, he can fly, and Boldore kind of can't. So, I kind of lean more towards the flying types. But yeah, they are kind of similar, though, in the fact that the spikes are a bit too much for design, in my opinion. So, that's why he's a little bit lower than, he might be for some other people. But, there we go. Dwebble, here's a funny story. I kind of have bias towards Dwebble in a good way, because I used to own a Hermit Crab as a kid, and I loved him. But I can't really count that as, like, a factor in my decision here. So, if we take that out, then Dwebble for me is probably a easy D. Again, Hermit Crabs are cool, but, you know, when you compare it to these other Pokemon, it's kind of stands out as being not as good as them. So, Crustle? I would say C. I would say C, yeah. That big giant boulder is pretty impressive. Like, that's its shell, apparently. So, kind of cool. But yeah, I'm not saying I hate crabs or hermit crabs, but they just don't really... They're not as cool as the ones in B and A. That's what I'm trying to say. Ooh, Tirtuga and Caracosta. These guys, in my opinion, are kind of underrated. Just a little bit. I would say Tirtuga's probably a C, and then Caracosta... Actually, you know what? You know what? Hot take time. Here we go. Tirtuga is B. Caracosta is a C. Yeah, I'm putting the evolved form below the pre-evolved form. I just think Tirtuga is cuter. It's a better looking turtle in my opinion. I don't know what the fuck Caracosta is. Like, I can tell it's a turtle, but like, what are those arms? Like, they kind of ruined his body shape when they evolved him. You know what I mean? Like, his arms are just not right in my opinion. I still like him, but I like Tirtuga better. Because, like, it looks perfect versus Caracosta, who, like, had a gym accident. But yeah, okay, so Arcan and Archeops. They're both probably, you know what? I would say B and A. B for Arcan and then A for Archeops. I love Archeops. Like, that coloring looks really, really cool. Like, it's very close to an S for me. And you know what? Speaking on that, we're going to change something up real quick. I'm going to say Arcanine Hisui is now an S. He's now an S. And then, you know what? I'm moving Tyranitar there, too. And Archeops maybe later, but not right now. But, yeah, there we go. So Archeops is going to stay in A for right now. Might change later. I don't know, but we'll keep it there. And then finally for Gen 5, we have Terrakion. I would say my least favorite of the three Justice Pokemon being Cobalion, Bryson, and Terrakion. But he still looks cool. I would say he's probably a solid B. I like him, but I think the other two are cooler in my opinion. Verizon and Cobalion. And Keldeo too, if you want to count him as well. He's definitely cooler than Terrakion. But yeah, that's Gen 5, so let's go to Gen 6. Okie dokie, Kalos time. We have quite a bunch actually. Well, not like a bunch, but like not too little in my opinion. Binacle, that's probably another F tier for me. I don't know what it is, but like, I mean, barnacles are cool, but not really my cup of tea. there are better dual-headed Pokemon in my opinion. Cough Cough Doduo, Cough Cough Hydreigon, Cough Cough other ones. Barbaracle is probably a C though. I would say Barbaracle is like getting that big bump from F to C. Because his design is pretty cool. The four hands, he's like a Machamp. He's like a Machamp Barnacle, pretty much, right? Plus, all the hands have eyes on them. It reminds me of what is it? iRock from Mario 64. So there you go. So C for Barbaracle. Tyron and Tyrantrum. I will say right now, Tyrantrum is easily an S. One of my favorite Gen 6 Pokemon. I love T-Rexes. That is an easy S. Great coloring as well. Tyrunt, though, I would say is not quite A, but I put him in B. Because, again, it might be a personal thing, but I love T-Rexes. I've always loved T-Rexes. I love dinosaurs. And they really nailed the T-Rex feel with Tyron and Tyrantrum. So, yeah, we'll keep Tyron in B, and then Tyrantrum's definitely an S for me. The other two are not quite as cool, but Amora and Aurorus. Amora's cute. I would say it's probably a C. And then Aurorus is really cool looking. So I would say, yeah, C and B for those two. The cry for Aurorus is really cool as well. It's like whatever it is. You guys know what I mean if you've heard her cry before. Also, Aurorus, the little what do you call those things? The little things around its neck, frills, I guess, whatever you call those things. They look kind of cool. And they're dinos too, so that's cool. But they're not quite as cool as Tyron and Tyrantrum, in my opinion. Carbink, that's a D. I don't know. It doesn't really stand out that much. Diancie, though, Mega Diancie is definitely an S, and then I would say Diancie OG is not quite an S, but definitely an A. Because of the rock fairy typing and just the design, like they went from, well, here's the thing. Carbink is not, wait. Carbink and Diancie are not part of the same line, right? Like, we don't get Diancie by evolving Carbink, so it makes sense if that did happen, but, yeah. So, also, Diancie, just, dude, Mega Diancie is one of the best looking Mega Evos, like, with Mega Rayquaza, in my opinion. Like, just look at it. It looks so elegant and beautiful. Look at the dress. It's, like, all pink and crystally, and the ribbons. And even OG Diancie is pretty cool with the little pink head thing. Beautiful, man. Love Diancie. And then Hisuian, wait. Hisuian Avalugg is, I thought it was Ice and Ground. Is it Ice and Rock? Huh. Alright, well, Hisuian Avalugg is kind of alright to me. I would say probably probably a D. I don't know. It's fine, but not that fine, so we'll keep it in D. Alright. Gen 6 is done, so on to Gen 7. Alright, Alola. We have Rockruff. You guys know I love dogs, but I won't give Rockruff that much of a pass. But I will put him in either, I would say C. C for Rockruff. He's just a basic rock dog. He looks cute, but not quite in my B and A, not quite in the B and A zone, in my opinion. Midnight Lycanroc. Ooh, I love this guy. It's probably an A. Well, they are mowing outside. I apologize if you guys hear that. I would say, you know what? I'm gonna say A. And then Dust Form as well would probably be A for me as well. Great coloring, great concept. What is that, Midday form? I like it, but not a whole lot. I put that in B. That's probably the least interesting form. But Midnight and Dust Form, love them. They're great. And you know what? Another change here. I'm moving Diancie OG to S. Love Diancie all the way. Ooh, we got both Minior forms. We got the one without the cover and one with the cover. Without the cover is probably a C. Oh, whoa. Hold on. There we go. My mouse fucked up. So C for that one, and then probably an F for, for the cover. Like, it's not even interesting. Look at the cover. Like, you guys see that, right? Like, what is there to like about the one with the cover on? There's nothing. It's, like, you can't tell what's inside, you can't tell what it's supposed to be, it's just it's a floating star-shaped looking big fat rock. Like, nothing to like there. But, exposed form, it's cute. Love the eyes where it's like the little swirly thing, and it's got different colors, so that's a solid C. Ooh, here we go, the Ultra Beast. We have, Nihiligo, aka UB01. That's an A. That's an A. Rock and Poison. That was the first Rock and Poison type, right? That's cool. Plus Lily, love her. She, it resembles Lily in a way, so gotta give it bonus points for that. Stakataka? Great concept, but not quite as interesting as UB01. But I'd probably still put it... You know what? No, I would say A for Stakataka. Because literally every block has its own eyeball on it. That is really creepy, but also kind of cool. So yeah, I think UB01 is better, but Stakataka, which is UB07 or 8, or no. Wait, they have different names, right? I think Stakataka is UB something, not 0 whatever, but yeah, they're both A, I would say. Alright, Gen 7 is done, so on to Gen 8. Alright, we are nearing the end here, let's get it going. We got Galar up next, Dreadnought, it's got great coloring, I gotta say that much. Where did I rank it in the water type one? I forgot. Probably either B or C. I'd probably say the same thing here, B or C. I'm gonna go with B, because of the coloring, love it. G-Max Dreadnought is probably also a B, but I think I prefer OG Dreadnought better. Roly-Coly. It's like in between D and F for me, I gotta say. I'm gonna say probably D. I think the coloring with the eye kind of helps it a bit with it being orange. Because it becomes fire type eventually, right, when it evolves, so it's kind of like a foreshadowing thing. And it has like a little wheel on the bottom, right, where it like roll around. That's kind of cool. So I think it just avoids F for that, but still D tier. Carkol is, you know what? Another hot take moment, might be a B tier for me. I like minecarts, I like coal, well, I don't like coal, but, I think the concept of the entire line here is really interesting. Roly-Coly is definitely, like, bottom tier, but, when it evolves into a Carkol and it's like an actual minecart filled with flaming coal and a head, it's kind of interesting, so I'll give it that. And then Colossal is, also a B. Also a G-Max as well. It's almost an A. It's like right there, but I think it just needs a little bit more to it, like on the bottom half of it, because the overall body is fine, but the bottom part could have been like maybe something a bit more interesting, like maybe like flaming legs or something, or like a flaming abdomen. I don't know, but not quite enough for it to be an A tier, but definitely a B tier. And then are we done yet? No, we got Stone Journer. I would say a B. It's a cool concept. It's like a giant, like, stone arch with, a face and legs and arms, and it's alright. Not quite, that interesting, but cool concept. Alright, so I think Gen 8 is... Oh, wait, no. Not done. Because we have Cleaver, right? And Cleaver, I'm pretty sure, is part of Gen 8, because Arceus is also Gen 8. So Cleaver, I gotta say, that's a solid A. That's an A. I think Scizor is probably more my cup of tea, but I love Cleaver. Great design. Alright, so let's go to the final gen, being Gen 9. Alright, so we got 7 to go. Here we go. Knackley, which is the Rock Mushroom Mon. The Mario Rock Mushroom. See, here's the thing. I want to put it higher because, you know, the Rock Mushroom is from Mario Galaxy, and I love Mario Galaxy, obviously. But, I can't use those factors too much when making my decision on stuff like this. So, I'm gonna put it in a D. Just based on design and overall, like, stand-outedness, if that's a word. It probably isn't. Knackley is kind of, or not Knackley, Knacklestack, right? That's the same deal. I did find out, though, that it is based on Rock Salt, and that is kind of cool. Like, its moveset is pretty, what's that one move called? Salt Cure, where it can, like, heal a teammate or something? That's a cool pretty cool concept. And then, Knackle, Garganackle, right? Is that how you say it? Or Garganical, whatever it's supposed to be, pronounced as. That's probably a B. That's the Minecraft Pokemon right there. That is Minecraft Pokemon to an extent. Or, like, at its finest. So, there you go. Actually, you know what? No, that's an A. That's an A. I think the coloring and the little, the bit on its head make it pop a lot, and again, I love Minecraft, and it's a Minecraft Pokemon, so kind of biased towards that in a good way. So there we go. Cloth, the crab one. I think Krabby's better, but I think Cloth is fine. I'll give him a C. But Krabby and Kingler are better, in my opinion. Sorry. Glimmet and Glimora. I would say D, because of the rock and poison typing. And then Glimora is probably also, I would say C for Glimora, because, I mean, it does have that form, but then it opens up when it, like, attacks, so it looks kind of cooler, in my opinion. But yeah, they're not really my cup of tea when it comes to rock types, I gotta say. And then finally, Iron Thorns. I mean, it's basically a better Tyranitar, so there we go. I gotta put that bad boy in S tier. Love it. Rock Electric, like, come on. That's such a great typing. And the coloring, it's like the metal Tyranitar from that one movie in Black 2, White 2, right? The giant mecha Tyranitar. So I gotta give it bonus points for that. Well, there we go. That is the end of the tier list. Like I've said many times, these lists seem easy to an extent, but they're really not easy, because I gotta think really hard on some of these, because, like, yeah, it's not easy, but, there you go. We got S, A, B, C, D, and then there's F. There's my final tier list of every rock-type Pokemon, so let me know in the comments what you guys think. What would you change in terms of, like, certain Pokemon placements, and, we'll see if I'm either right or wrong in your opinion, and we'll see, what you guys think. So, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys, next time. Bye, everybody!